Over the past couple episodes, we've been learning about the past of Tom, the mindset of Tom. What might make Tom do this? Who is Tom? Why does he think the way he thinks? And we found some very unsettling things. But today, we're going to look into the Rainy Street Killer and maybe find out about who people describe him as. Are there any descriptions, that fit Tom? We'll see. So just settle in, and we're just going to check out this clip.
Persisting claims that the Rainy Street Killer. So what about the persistent claims that the Rainy Street Ripper stalks the area? A killer largely targeting gay men who frequent the Rainy Street nightlife. That has been one of the allegations. Terrified residents, they've set up Facebook groups. One has more than 90,000 followers to voice their growing fears that the deaths may in fact be connected. Then there was this report that in April, a bartender on the entertainment strip claimed a patron told him he was the Rainy Street Ripper and that he was attacking men in the nearby waterway. Posting on Reddit that the bartender recalled that the man suddenly started talking about killing, and there's a derogatory word that he uses for gay men, from Lady Bird Lake, that he found them from Rainy Street. He was clearly angry and was saying in a low voice, "But I know what I heard." And he described the client as a white man in his 40s, about 5'10" tall, with a muscular build, brownish light hair. That same month, a man named Jeff Jones reported he was attacked by this Ripper, but lived to tell the tale. He said he'd been drugged, then plummeted 25 feet off a bridge, narrowly avoiding being drowned. He woke up in the hospital more than 2 weeks later after doctors had implanted metal rods to hold his back together. And Jeff said that whoever they may be just missed the target and I hit the ground. And luckily, because of that, I didn't drown. I just got lucky. Not many people can say they potentially survived a serial killer. So that's a story I can tell, I guess. But let's actually take a closer look at the people who weren't as lucky. The bodies of 11 men and 2 women have been found in the last 2 years, and here's what we know about their deaths. So it seems the first was back in July of 2022, 59-year-old Ricky Parks, and then in December of that year, 25-year-old Christopher Gutierrez. The Austin Police Department found no foul play in either death. The investigations have been closed. So
there you have it. Now, I want to bring you back to another man that was pushed off of a bridge. They say he stumbled drunk, but this is 2 times with this killer, and I want to just map out a course here for you. We remember Christian Pugh was pushed off a bridge, and he also survived. Kind of like the same circumstances as this man who was pushed off a bridge and survived. Now, we see this man. His name was, I believe it's Jeff Jones, and he was visiting from Boston. It's the man you just saw in the video. And he was pushed off the bridge, and he survived. Well, they said that they found this man at Shoal Creek under the 6th Street Bridge. Now, we can check that map in a moment. But I also want to look at where Christian fell and kind of go back a little bit here. Now, we look, luckily, somebody, Grizzly Times, Google Map this, and we can see from here to here is where Christian Pugh landed. And we see that that's quite a good distance, but we studied arcs yesterday, physics, in the live stream. And, it's possible that if pushed, if thrown, he could land in that position. But also the same thing. Remember the man Jeff Jones said he narrowly missed the mark. And here we have the exact same thing. Whoever pushed him off did it too early. Well, the funny thing about all of this is the Comedy Store's on 6th Street, place where all the popular bars are. And you could see that he was pushed off Shoal Creek right here under the 6th Street Bridge, nearly missing the water. So he'd be on either, I'm not sure which side, but it would probably be about right here. Now you notice the comedy mothership is right here, less than half a mile. And if we look right here, That picture I just showed you, less than half a mile in the other direction, 2 almost exact pushes happened with almost exact same consequences for both men. They were brutally injured, but they woke back up and they survived. Now, in closing, I just want to go back to what was said just before Jeff Jones. That night, that man in the bar said he was a serial killer. You know, that night, just like all serial killers, that night, he just wanted to be seen and heard for what he believes to be the greatest work of his life, these murders he commits. Now, if this is true, which the bartender swears and says, I know what I heard, they described this man to be mid-40s, about within 5'10", and a muscular build. We know Tom Segura has recently known for that new bald head look, but his hair is brown, which would match with the time frame of Jeff Jones. His height says he's 5'11 and a half, which we know means 5'10. He was born in 1979, which I believe is 45 years old. Sounds like a match. Blame it all on my roots. Showed up in boots and ruined your black tie affair.